back to this edition of Design Time. I'm Rebecca Velasquez here with Kathy in a very comfortable area of your store, Tri-City Furniture. We are talking about something that I definitely do not know a lot about because I have a lot of blank walls in my house. So we're talking about walls and wall art.
Yes. Well, the trick of it is that first of all you need to put wall art up, but then where do you put it, how high, and what the shape is. And so I know it is tricky, but it is definitely something. If I walked into your home, I would say, when are you going to move in? Because blank walls usually say, I just came. So we want to make sure that we do put art up, and it can be a combination of things. It can be a picture, it can be metal sculptures, it could be a family photo if you wanted. But what the trick is that you want to make sure the height over the item that you're decorating is correct. We've heard this thing about eye level, and if you're 6'4", it's definitely going to be too tall. If I'm 5'2", it could be a little too short. So it has nothing to do with our height. It has everything to do with what you're decorating over. So the key is that the higher your item is, the closer the picture gets to it. So for instance, on a fireplace, a lot of times people will do it on a mantle. The popularity right now is to actually sit it on the mantle, because when you get it up too high, it is like way up there, not actually good vision. But over a sofa, now we're here in this room, the sofa is a little bit taller. I actually have this picture down a little bit. And so again, I'm working so that the picture is part of the piece below it. And so that helps you understand where things should go. The other thing you want to do is always look at the shape of the wall. And that's how you choose the shape of the art. So when I look over my sofa, and then above to the ceiling, I have a beautiful rectangle right there. And so I don't want to use a piece of art that's vertical. I want to use something that has more length than height. Now, if you're doing something in, let's say, a dining room, again, you want to make sure your art is not hung very high, even though you may have it over a buffet, something like that, because you're going to view that art while you're sitting. You don't go into your dining room or your living room and stand. And so with our glasses and everything, you don't want to have to raise your head to see what that piece of art is. So remember, we're doing it more for sitting, whereas in a hallway, they actually could be a little bit taller, because typically there's no piece of furniture, but you're walking past it. Normally you don't sit in your hallway. So it's very important that you consider the shape of the wall and then what you're decorating over.
And not all walls are the same. Not all houses are built with the same kind of distance and with the same kind of width. So what may work for me may not work for you necessarily. And that's why the rules are kind of general. One question that a lot of people ask is, I have a really tall ceiling in my room. You know, what do I put way up there? We really don't like to decorate those unless you have just some piece of interesting art that we need to hang, and we can put it up there. But you definitely don't want anything that has vision that maybe we want to pick out detail, because at 18 foot high, you're not going to understand what it is. So you want to come in and feel the coziness in the space. The pictures, the artwork, give us a top, even though our ceilings may be 10 or 12 feet tall, so that the room feels cozier. The higher you go, the less cozy that will be. So it really is important to keep it into this area, which makes this feel complete. When I walk into your room, I should not raise my head and go, wow, that's a nice piece of metal or whatever it is. We don't want to look up high like that. We want to keep it in the area that we're sitting. And you mentioned a lot about artwork, but we don't necessarily have to have paintings per se.
No.
We have behind you, for instance, we have a very nice decorative, almost leaf-like little hanging item right there.
There's a lot of alternative art, and it really does work well mixed with pictures, so you don't want to have every picture. I do get a lot of questions about mirrors, and the one thing I'll say about a mirror is just make sure it reflects something nice. Like, don't reflect your kitchen, okay? Don't reflect the fan.
Or a bathroom or something.
A bathroom.
Maybe,
So you want to make sure if you have a picture window, that might be something that we would want to have that reflection, see the beautiful backyard or whatever. But be careful on those kind of pieces.
Okay, so you can go either traditional or alternative. Just make sure you keep all those tips in mind.
Yes. So, and if you need help, we are very happy to help you and give you ideas on the height as well as the shape.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy. I feel like I've learned so many new things right now. And if you want any more information, like what Kathy said, or in artwork in general on your walls, head on over to the hot links section on our website. That's at WNEM.com.